はい、FF16 2週目ファイナルファンタジーチャレンジ続きをやっていきたいと思います。おっと話す。ロザリスから帰ってきたところ。
Otto, is now a good time?
It's not a bad one. How's Jill doing?
Oh, she's been better. Ty is making sure she gets the rest she needs.
Good.
Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's doing what she can to try and track him, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the curse breakers and our other friends in the west, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual. No leads yet, but it's only a matter of time.
All right. Let me know when you find something.
There he is. All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
あ、ミドが出てきた。
Mid. When did you get back?
Just now.
What about your studies?
Adjourned. Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria. All the canvas in uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next. You try concentrating with all of that.
All right. You win.
How long will you be staying this time?
You win.
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you could do us a favour.
Mid. You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige her. While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty old tome?
I did, till a familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air, which successfully scattered the painstakingly assembled fragments of my thoughts.
I'll take that as a compliment.
違う。
Well, Clive, you heard the professor. So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Wait, hold on.
みんなタジタジだわ。
Breath of fresh air. Bloody tempest, more like.
こんばんは。今日涼しい。
Oi, Otto, you got my gill?
Huh? What are you on about?
My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying.
That little...
外出てないから涼しさわかんないけど、まあ確かに
The storeroom, was it?
熱風は窓から入ってこなかったな。ミドを見てると会社のめんどくさい部下を思い出して複雑な気持ちになる。そんな部下がいるんだ。結構自分のペース、マイウェイって感じ。
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
ああ、左向いちゃうよ。
You took your time.
I'm a busy man, Mid.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mid, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while. Dad said I had a knack for engineering. Told me everything he knew about it, then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't. That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause. But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time I put my knack to work. I know that I can help the people here, and I want to do it.
Well. If Sid could see you now. All right. I'll tell Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs for you.
For me?
Who else?
What do you want me to do?
First things first, I need equipment
Sky
and
Tamiki.
materials to start making my own. There's the designs for the stuff I need, and the stuff it needs smithing from. The other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to lay them on for me. Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
Is that everything?
For now. I'll let you know if I need out else.
なんかミドの性格だとこんなに髪の毛伸ばさなそうなのにね。
Where to start? Materials and tools. That means Karen and Blackthorn.
切りに行く暇もないのかな。っていうか誰が切ってんだ。カローンとブラックソン。そういえばコントローラー私5年保証に入ってたから無料で修理できると気づいた。6000円ぐらいかかるんだけど。でも2週間預けなきゃいけないんだけどね。
Was wondering where you'd got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores and ask me to buy her some materials. Here's the list. Think you can find everything on there?
This lot. Wouldn't be much of a trader if I couldn't.
Excellent. As for payment...
It's paid 100 times over by what that girl's done for us. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us long ago.
2週間ぐらい。
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it comes in.
Thank you, Karen.
なんか PS4 のコントローラーは PS4 のゲームだったら使えるみたい。 PS5 でも。
Blackthorn, you busy?
What does it look like?
I have a commission for you. From Mid. She requires certain tools. Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship? No. I'll see what I can do. Till I bring them over when I'm done.
その間貸そうか。
My thanks. And Mid's, no doubt. That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
16のコントローラー欲しいんだけどな、在庫ないんだよね。黒買おうかな。まあ修理は別でするとしてさ、なんかどうせ将来的に壊れるじゃん、どうせ壊れる前提っていうこれでも無料保証入ってなかったらさ、6000円だからさ、修理が。あ、絶対買ってんだけどね。
Should be enough to keep. How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop in the storeroom, and she needs the aid of a skilled carpenter. So naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I can. But I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. There's holes need patching, and if I don't patch them, will all of us sink into the mere. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but the sad truth is, I ain't got none.
I see.
It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest. Bernard, was it?
That's right.
バーナードね。
And he is a friend of the
覚えてるよ。
cause. I'll ask Martha if she can spare him. Thank you, Bardolph.
Least I could do.
じゃあマーサ。あれかな、ピクセルリマスターとかやり始めた時に PS4 のコントローラー多分使えるから、その時修理出そうかな。時を見計らって。
Clive, what brings you to the rest?
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to borrow Bernard for a short while.
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends here, aren't we?
Thank you, Martha. Do you know where I might find him?
He went up to Cressida on business. No idea what, mind. Place is a ruin. Far as I know, he's still there.
I'll look from there then.
クレシダハイソン。どっちから出んだっけ？こっち？こっちだね。アンブロシア、でも今日なんか調子いいな。
Come on.
こう渡って石塔発見。こっちから行けるか。バーナードー。いた。めちゃめちゃ奥に魔物が。
Martha said I might find you here. I have a proposition for you.
Oh, do you know?
Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. And if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, then neither do I. You just tell me where you want me.
That's the spirit.
いい人でよかった。
I couldn't ask a favor, though, could I? Before we go?
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though. Except my parents' graves. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to get across. Only to find the place crawling with fiends. But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles, ain't you? Any chance you could,
It's the least I can do.
問題ない。
Thank you kindly. And take care.
すぐやってくれ。あ、ポーション持ってたっけ？ちゃんとポーション補充したっけな。持ってる。
This shouldn't take long.
行くぞ。はいはい。どこだ。じゃあドラクエ2と FF6 をしばらくやりますか。そうなのよ。そこら辺をやり始めた時に修理に出そうかな。ここ何つけたんだっけな。あ、まだこれだった。どこだ。はい。あ、なんか当たったー。はい。ちょっと。あ、ちょっと。回復。 あとはどこだ。 FF16 の1000年後っていう考察をされてるあの FF16。 そう、それかね、5もやってないと思うんだよな。遠くからああ、これアクションでこの状態はきついそれね。あ、外した？外してないか。あ、リミットブレイクするの忘れた。ちょっと地味に見えないんですけど。いた。あいた。いけい。よし、はい、いた。あ、やばいやばいやばい。ちょっとうざいな、もう。ふう。吉田 FF6 が一番好きらしいし、あれは本当僕だ。FF6 は2周やったくらい好きだったの。FF6 何周しただろう、私。
You made short work of that lot. Thank you, son. Now my folks can rest in peace once more.
How long is it since the village was abandoned?
小学生より前だよね。
People started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left.
もうワールドマップ崩壊してるけど、スーファミ。
Isn't the Cressida I remember?
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. As soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's on to your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
結構ポーション使っちまった。小学生前でストーリー分かりましたか？あ、小学生前にやった時はね、全然分かんないよね。小学生になってやっと。子さんで FF6 が一番好きって人多いよね。なんかちょうど多分初めてゲームを RPG をやったのがドラクエも FF も6からだから思い入れはあるね。何回もやったし何回も死んだし、小学生だから 戦闘もね分かんないし、なんかギミックというか、あれがストラゴスの世界崩壊後のストラゴスがなんかいた塔とかマジで難しかった記憶が。
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Martha's Rest.
That's brilliant.
ドラクエはミラルゴ倒せなかった
Is
し。
there anything else you need?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work. I can't wait.
明るいな。英語で聞くとより明るい正確な感じするな。
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
ずっと仲間集めてる印象。確かに2回集めるからね。1000年前のマタイセンが FF16 の世界っていう説はどう思う？
Ah, Clive.
Talia, how's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He went to ask Hippocrates about Torgor. He must have found something.
1000年前のマタイ
I'm
セ
feeling
ン
a lot better, thanks to Talia's remedies. But she insists I rest.
マタイセンで魔法が消えて召喚獣が消えたっていう。でも召喚獣消えてなかったよね。なんかこっちは召喚獣でも知らないだけで他にいるのかな。
Your benefactors are a generous lot. Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
こっちでさドミナントたちが死んじゃってるから召喚獣 FF6 って召喚獣結局いるじゃん。シバーもイフリートも魔導研究所に囚われてたじゃん。だからなんか辻褄が合わないような気がするけど。
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her back.
ポーション買おう。
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Go on then. You'll not find a better price than that.
こっちで一回魔法が消えたにもかかわらずまた
What do you need?
復活することに召喚獣は未来に生まれるってことは復活してるってことになっちゃうよね。6につながってたら。ハンターズウエストクロス。とりあえずこれを作ろう。
Not bad, if I do say so myself. No scratches, all right?
これで
My best work, but it'll do. Anything else?
でも面白い考察ですよね。まあなんか世界観というかねはそんな、まあ、徐々に移行するというかね。ああまた左向き始めた。この時系列 FF の中での時系列でいくとまあ魔法から機械に移行するところではあるからね。 6が。細かいところは合わないと思うけど。
Where did you get him? Like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other?
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a Frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
ガツガツ食ってた。FF6 の最強魔法がアルテマなのも何か関係が。
I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shall be a moment.
FF6 の最強魔法アルテマだったっけかね。アルテマだったか。なんか最強魔法って最後に覚えるから全然使わないでクリアしちゃうんだよね。あ、でもあれか、アルテマウェポンにしちゃうとアルテマ使えないんだっけ。フェンリルって召喚獣何かに出てきた。6にもいたんじゃないかな。いなかったっけ、フェンリル。
But promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot, starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them.
あっという間にミドのダンジョンができた。
Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
君腕良すぎないかい？
Thanks for before, son. That was a good deed you did me. Only right I do you one in return. Though I did wonder if I'd bit off more than I could chew when Mid showed me her plans for the place. If she hadn't been there to tell me what to do, I wouldn't have known where to start.
すげえな。
I wish Miss Midador would let us help her with her dungeon.
クエストが発生したぞ。でもプラスクエストはない。これと、はいはい。ミドのファッションだけ浮いてるんだよな。この拠点には若者がいないからイケてる若者が。カンベル自由都市では浮いてないんだよきっと。ねえジル。ここでそういえば言ってたんだよね。傷の話。 印の話。
Taya has tasked me with removing a curse breaker's brand. But it's my first time and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but here as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential, and we undergo it willingly.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would barely be enough for removing a splinter, let alone a brand.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go? Oh, thank you. No one knows Herb Lord like Taya, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple enough to find, if you know where to look. And fortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber over in Rosaria. Just search for the bright blue blossoms.
これ持って帰ってきた時に話してくれるのか、あれは。で、あとビビアンね。どう？まとまった？
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
ここでな。
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A
厄
guest?
介じゃないでしょうよ。FF やドラクエ以外の RPG。さあ、みんな大好き。
For your trouble. It was a pleasure, in hindsight. Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy!
ファンクラブ。
Stoke the ovens for your favorite uncle is here!
最強のスポンサー現る。ガンミ。ビビアって日本語音声より声かわいいな。日本語は学者ですっていう感じの落ち着いた感じのお姉さんみたいな声だったもんね。FF とドラクエ以外やったことないかも。キンハーは RPG？ ニアも RPG？ 配信でやったやつ以外。
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed.
メタルギアソリッ
To
ド。
have the Dalmex empty their treasuries for us.
Of course,
Biohazard.
none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
しょうもねえなこいつら。
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can. And once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the
アルテ
enemy
マって
would
赤ちゃん
surely
プレイ
send their
楽しんで
own
たのかな
dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would
ア
of
ルテマに
course
とってはだいぶ苦行だよ
there
ね
would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built.
なんでこんなにアナベラに
The Empire will live on.
偏っちゃう一国の主だろ
Dion?
Yes, sire.
うこいつが本当にちゃんと政治してたのかなっていうかアナベラにさうまいこと使われてるって気づいてないのが滑稽だよね。
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
ペルソナはわかんないな。ポケモンやってた。アルテマに洗脳されてたんじゃないのっていうのが自分の理解。なんかハルポちゃんのやつ見たらそう書いてなかったんだよね。
McGregor, forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
これはアナベラが言わせたんでしょ？星読みを買収して。
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
単純にアナベラに骨抜きにされたってことなのかな。 しょうもなくね。マジ一国背負うなし。
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
おじさんが手振って待ってんだけど、ちょっとハルポちゃんとこ行っていい？
It's just one thing after another around here.
ぶっちゃけアナベラ綺麗だからわからなくもない。いやー、あんな女一人のために殺すか？自分の考えそんなに変えるか？少なくともあの年までちゃんと運営してきたわけでしょ、国を。
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive? You wish to study the tomes?
ね、これどこだ？シルベストル。これは普通のことが書いてあって、オリビエを授かって、アナベラとオリビエに多くの権利与えて、自らを信仰さえ従える現人心と呼んだ。ちょっとここら辺からもうおかしいね。貴族だった頃に太閤妃アナベラと接触し、共にロザリアの属領下。ほら、妻が己に向けて仕組んだ、Y 系に気づくことはなかった。ここか。なんか特にシルベストルがアルテマに操られてたとかっていうことを書いてないんだよね。オリビエどこ行った？
You are always welcome, Clive.
豊臣秀吉とかも年取っておかしくなったからおいのせいかも。待って、日本やべえじゃん。だとしたならば。さあ、バイロンおじさんが待ってるよ。ポケモンもやってたし、あれやってたわ。幻想水湖伝やったことある。なんか弟とかがやってるのをね、ちらほらキャ見たり、ちらっとやったり。おじさんすいません、お待たせしました。
Ah, my dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
足しになるかい？ちょっと持ってきたけれども。
And I'm afraid that is all
好きだわ。さすがおじさん。そしてガブ。オリビエって最初からアルテマだったのか途中で取りつかれたのかが謎。ね。まあいつでも操れる状態にあったんだろうね。お小遣い感覚。バカ息子に育たなくてよかったよ、クライブが。息子じゃないけど。
Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the
Einherjarって聞こえたけど、ヘリアルだよね。
A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts? Or would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would
16好きなキャラ投票したらガブとバイロン上位に来そう。バイロンおじさん、あ、そうね。ガブも上位だろうね。やってほしいな。
But for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waloeders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the royalist trail across the Velcro. おじさん嫌いな人いない説。いや、あるよ。絶対いないと思う。 All roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned. And where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
マイボーイって言われちゃった。あれから追加されたのはこの声ぐらいかな。ドリス隊長。あ、ここに持ってきてる。2000万ギル。 ガブがめちゃめちゃ見とる。2000万ギル。これちゃんと記帳してくれよ君、ゴーチェくん。はあ。
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
誰見る
An
ね。
old associate of Sid's. And only Sid's.
ルベル。ル
All
ベ
I
ルだ
know
っ
is the
け
name.
ルベル。
And that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
みんな扱いに困っている。勝手に2億円くらいの価値だと思っている。どんぐらいの価値なんだろうね。いや本当なんか甥っ子にお小遣いあげますけどみたいな感じで持ってくるからさ、バイロンおじさん。お待たせしました。
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
アドベンチャー。これこっち行ったらおじさん来てくれるかな。来てくれないんだっけ。来てくれる。あ、クライブもバイロンのこといいかもだと思ってるんだろうな。いや私は思ってるけど、そんなクライブはそんなこと思ってないよ。
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
クライブ君はね、そんな感じの子じゃないからね。痛いな。はい。はい。一緒には無理かな。へい。よし。なんだ、おじさん連れ回すことができたのか。
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodriguez's mind at ease.
おじさん付き合わせてすみません。一回気になって戦闘時にバイロンを見てたらのそのそ歩いてるだけで何もしてなかった。首狩りバイロンまさかの。 お任せスタイル。
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
お金で解決するタイプだから。そうだよな。お金なんか捨てるほどあるんだから傭兵雇うよな。私が切りますから私にお金を。
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
すいません、おじさんを歩かせる、走らせるわけには。
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
申し訳ありません、気が利かずに。
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
見たかったな。おいが好きすぎて無限にお金をくれるおじ。欲しかった。いやー、ちっちゃい頃からそんなおじさんに出会ってしまっていたら大変よ。もうわがまま放題に育ってしまう。ニートしかできなくなっちゃうよ。お金持ちのレベルが半端ないからね。
The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
承知。おじさんのために冷たい飲み物をオーダーしてまいります。鼻歌が聞こえる。あ、ジョシュアとばったりじゃないや。ばったりではないな。
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stone here. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
水は後で持ってくるからな。基本みんなフード付きなのかな。
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
"この一連のシーンのおじさん好き." ジョシュアも出てくるしね。
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
"薬は液体だったけど、水も苦いのかな?" 違う薬も一緒に飲むんか。
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand. I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then. Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
バレちゃった。おじさん。
Uncle? Sorry.
顔。
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
Joshuaとジュシャは関係あったのかな?
Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
多分ないよね。
We've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
ひげにめちゃめちゃついてるよスープ。はい。ごめんね、ここの人。はい。回復しよう。はい。あれ、いないの？それ、とどめだ。
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
いくら入ってんだあれ。バイロン小袋欲しいな、バイロン小袋。
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
ってことは女子は DT ってこと？わかんない。過去に今までに何があったかはわからない。13年間ほら不死鳥教団にいたから、まあでもねえ、宗主だからね。
Clive?
鉄王国の宗主は相当信者と関係を持ってそうだけど、関係を持ったっていうかもう犯罪だよねあれは。人参。
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
そう、神様扱いだから別にジョシュアが命令すれば、てか別に宗主じゃなくてもジョシュアが言えば相手はいっぱいいると思うんだが、そうしないのがジョシュアであるという感じだよな。だからそんなの望まない気がする。だから普通にお友達というかね、そういう関係性の人がジョシュアはいないのがかわいそうだよね。教団の中で生きてるから。
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
お水あげるよ。 こっち？宗主は宗主で孤独なんだな。いや、そう思うよ。だってみんな命令したらっていうかさ、それを第一優先事項として他のことは何も考えずやってくれるとか怖すぎでしょ。
Close the road, and it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
誰か知ってんだけどな。ビッグモーターの副社長にジョシュアの生き方見せてやりたい。あ、いないな。ルボルいないな。何見てんだ？ああ、うちらが壊したからぶっ壊したやつ見てんだ。割れない壺。あ、なんかあるぞ。
Good day, my lord.
あ、買っとこう。
An excellent choice. Fare you well.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
あれ？どこの人に聞き込むんだ？あっちか。
Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No. I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
聞き込みだ、聞き込み。
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Well, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
子さんの証人じゃないんですよ。若いベアラーなんです。
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
綺麗だな。
Can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly.
フェルダ。
Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Ferda knows.
Sweet incense, wax candle.
Excuse me. Are you Ferda?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
どこにもかしこにも召喚ってあるもんなんだな。
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he trusts us.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
やめとけお前ら。怪我するだけだぞ。いだ。はい。はい。はい。謎の襲撃者やめろ。体力を回復したい。ロザリアったこいつらでもレベル60なんて1周目のクライブでは負けてたなそうだね、1周目のクライブでここに来てたら67と戦ってたらやばいね。だからやめとけと言っただろう。
Him or her? Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in. Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the men of the rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina.
1周目ならアルテマに勝てるレベル。
to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
90レベルぐらいになんのかな最終普通にやって80ぐらいかな。そんないかないか。レベルの上がり遅いもんな。
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her.
そうそう、マックスが100。
Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly
あれ
a man
100だっ
of
け
means.
90だっけ99だっけ
I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it.
こんな失礼のないようになとか言っておきながらよ。
Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
シドザセカンド。
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
全部バレてる。
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you.
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle.
おじさんが怒って買収するぞ、そこら辺の店全部。てめえも俺と同じベアラだろ、優しくしろ。でも言ってることはせろ。おじさん怒らせたらここら辺全部買い取られ買収されちまうぞ。気をつけろよ。
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
町ごと買収おじさんならやりかねない。でもあれだね、きっとルボルも若いからさ、ああやって見下されてじゃないけど、お前が一番上なんかみたいな感じで見られてきたんだろうね。
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
A deposit? For what?
Information, my good man.
もらっちまっていいのか
Listen carefully.
もらっちまっていいのか
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
クライブにあっち行ってっていう人なんかいるんだね。
I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. They'll probably be back at the inn by now.
おじさんの金銭感覚も桃鉄並みだからなでもちゃんと自分で貿易やって稼いでんだもんねはあ、こっちはロズフィールドだぞ王子なんだぞ私は王子でミュトスでロゴスであるあ、すいません
Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's
お
upstairs.
金持ちのおじさん小袋もらってるからな
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
なんだよ、私もモブになってバイロンおじさんに小袋もらいたいよバイロンおじさんの秘書をやりたいなラザフォードの次でいいや
Let me treat you.
あ、この子たちここにいる
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an
そりゃ
agreement,
歓迎するよ
but
な
not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
商売取引であるおじさんついに金にくっついてきやがりましたか
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd asked for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. That's enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
もちろん全部切ってありますよ。おじさんの邪魔者は僕が排除いたします。向こう側から降りれんのかな。
I need to drink.
あ、降りれるわ。ここはどっから出ればいいのかというと、こっちか、砂漠も。クライブからしたらいい人だけど、納税者からしたら嫌な人だよね。でもどうなんだろう。おじさんの肩書きって貿易商となんだ。領主か。ああ、重税を払ってんだおじさんも。身分を保証されているんだって。なんかおじさんのことだからそんなに税金取ってなさそうだけどね。自分で貿易で稼いで荒稼ぎして払ってそう。でもお金稼がなきゃいけない理由もあるんだね、ちゃんと。まあもともとの資産も相当あるだろうしな重税払ってこの財力なの貿易商だから儲かりすぎやねん。どんだけ何で荒稼ぎしてんだおじさんは。
I'll take it from here.
すぐに参りますよおじさん。クリスタルマーケットへようこそ。
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
金なら出すと言っただろう。二度言わせるでない。
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled
手持ちが500万。配ってるから配る前もっとあるよ。
Being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both.
さよなら。死ぬのは君たちである。はい。ウォールードの主兵、ウォールードと空母の主兵、さようなら。まだ来る。おお、もういない、もういない、もういないよ。当たらない。はい。何ケアルだと。誰だ。こいつか、こいつか。はい。行きます。どこだ。おじさんが戦っている。あら、またよく来るね。そういえばこの世界中世なのに弓矢の人いない。そうだね、弓矢より魔法を飛ばしてくるね。軍用チョコボだ。はい。あ、間違えた。決まった。 弓矢じゃなくてロケットと魔法だね、飛ばしてくるのは。
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. Buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is.
すごい量だな。
Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
やっぱおじさんは下々のものじゃないからな。
It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard. Here, wear this.
遊ばれてるルボルに。
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia Lostelan. Tuisa Achilles.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold.
ルボルの方が下かな。
Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
また姪っ子とかがいたら大変に甘やかしてそうだな、バイロンおじさん。じゃあ今日はここで切るか。どうがいいかな。こういう感じで トルガルが入んないからこうかな。はい。で次回はドレイクファングか。もうドレイクファングかって言ってもここら辺ね。いきなり入れたっけ。でもなんかスルスルってあれジルはいないんだっけ。一人で行くんだっけ全部。なんか途中であいつと戦ったような気がアルテマの手下の無限増殖くん。そこまでいかないんだっけ。もう少し何かあったようなね。なんか忘れてるかもね。行けばわかるんだろうけど。はい。じゃあ次回はね、ドレイクファングに向かって風獄プカとバトルをしたいと思います。ポーションが足りるといいな。はい。ではご視聴いただきありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。